Yes, so clearly the key market impact here is going to come via the midterm elections, which take place on November 6th. And at the moment, or in the lead up to this Kavanaugh saga, it looked like the Democrats were really gaining momentum, and the midterms really serve as a referendum of sorts on the president and the party in power. So it is typically or historically been an opportunity for the opposing party to take back control. At the moment, it does still look like the Democrats are in a position to take back control of the House. The Senate is much less likely. And both parties, as we've just seen in that clip, are using this as an opportunity to try to rally their supporters. The Democrats are saying that this is a reminder of why elections matter, trying to get Democrats out to the polls. And the Republicans are saying this is, pointing out how their Democrats handled the case. This is why it's important to keep them out of control of Congress. And one poll that came through last week is this enthusiasm poll, which looks at voter engagement, and it showed that Republicans have made real strides in terms of their enthusiasm. They see the midterms as increasingly important now.
The Kavanaugh issue was so divisive. We were having a conversation over the weekend. What jumped out was how differently everyone thought about Kavanaugh, whether he was guilty or not. If he was guilty, should he be made to pay this far down the line? Various different scenarios. So it's going to be a hard rallying point to get people to vote one way or the other behind the Kavanaugh issue. I think the other point that also jumped out was how some of the conservatives in the Republican Party have really rallied together on this very issue, though, because of that very strong defence from Kavanaugh himself. But to me, it seems less than clear how the country reacts over a long-term basis to the Kavanaugh issue.
Yeah, it is very unclear long term. It's even unclear short term. And I think what really matters here is what the more moderate voters do. This has certainly reinforced views on the more extreme sides of both the Democrats and the Republicans. But what remains to be seen is how that more moderate voter base actually votes.
Can I take you one stage further? And if the hypothesis which you outlined, it turns out to be the case, i.e. post-November the 6th, where you have the president, a Republican, the Senate, Republican dominated, and the House possibly in the hands of the Democrats as well. What does that mean to government going forward for our viewers?
Well, if we do have the Republicans in control of the Senate and the Democrats in control of the House, it's obviously harder for policy to come through. So from a market's perspective, it may mean that we see a gridlock from Congress. The upside to having the Republicans retain power of both houses is that we may see some policy continuity. Now, in terms of market reaction, just taking it a step further in that direction, we tend to see markets react positively post-midterms in any event, whether it means more control for the opposing party or continued control of the incumbent party.
Hey everybody, it's Hadley Gamble from our new CNBC Middle East Bureau in Abu Dhabi. Thanks for stopping by. Now to watch more, you can try one of the videos that just popped up on your screen. And don't forget to subscribe.